This is for those who feel like their body keeps moving, but their spirit gave up miles ago. It's the weight behind your smile, the ache in your chest when you say, I'm fine, but you're not. The silence after you've held it all together. Again, for everybody else. You carry the weight of others like it's your job, like it's your duty to be strong, and maybe no one told you this before. But strength does not mean silence. And holding it all in doesn't make you holy, it makes you invisible. If you are the one who always shows up, who fixes what breaks, who remembers what others forgot, who never lets the ball drop, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Bach Flower practitioner and herbalist, lifelong student of esoteric and vibrational sciences, and the creator of the course Bloom into Balance. On this channel, we explore emotional healing, spiritual growth, and deep-rooted level restoration. This video is about something I see in so many of my clients and something I've also personally known too. Being the strong one is often a mask for deep emotional fatigue, and Bach Flower Remedies can gently start to unravel that mask, not by breaking you down, but by helping you remember who you were before that burden. This is for the women who carry their families, the men who never cry, the sons and daughters who became responsible too soon, the helpers, the healers, the overfunctioners. It's for those who feel guilty for asking help, struggle to say no, absorb others' pain like it's their own, keep giving even when their tank is empty. You don't fall apart, not because you're fine, but because you've forgotten how to let yourself be held. And that is not strength, that's survival. When you live like this, when you are the strong one, the dependable one, the one who keeps it all from falling apart, something quiet begins to unravel. Your body keeps moving, but your spirit starts slipping out of the back door. Your nervous system, once alive to beauty and breath and birdsong, tightens like a fist. You forget what deep rest feels like. Not sleep, not stillness, but rest. The kind that sinks into your bones like a warm sunlight after rain. And your soul begins to send messages, not through words, but through symptoms, whispers at first. Tight shoulders, tearful mornings, a constant need to clear your throat, then louder. The resentment towards the ones you love. Guilt that you even feel it. The heaviness behind your eyes that no sleep ever fixes. Perfectionism, numbness, breathing that never quite goes deep enough. But hear me now, you are not broken, you are not weak, you are not too sensitive, you're not failing or making it up. You are exhausted because you've been carrying more than your share for far too long. Because your inner well has been drying up while you've been pouring into others. And you've likely never been taught how to say no without guilt, how to rest without shame, how to ask for help without feeling like a burden, how to receive without apologizing. You've survived by holding it together. But real healing isn't about holding on. It's about remembering that your worth was never tied to how much you do for others. That's why I created Bloom into Balance, not as another self-help checklist, but as a sacred space for men and women like you to lay it all down. In this course, we go deep. We use Bach Flower Remedies to touch the soul, not just the symptoms. We explore boundaries, grief, guilt, burnout, emotional overwhelm, and the subtle ways you've been disappearing from your own life. You'll learn how to choose the right remedies for your emotional patterns, how to reconnect with your inner voice, and how to turn survival into healing and healing into strength. Because balance isn't something you force, it's something you remember. Bloom into Balance is for the ones who are done performing strength and ready to come home to themselves. Like the figure in Greek mythology, Atlas was condemned to hold the world on his shoulders. Many of us have internalized this same fate, not because we're punished, but because we were never learned to say enough. And in some cases, yes, we do punish ourselves. We became the emotional container for other people's chaos, and somewhere along the line, we started believing that if we dropped even one responsibility, someone would get hurt. Someone would leave. Or worse, we'd have to face our own pain. So what are the most common helpful remedies in these scenarios? And boy, there's a lot of helpful ones. Centaury, for those who cannot say no, who lose themselves in the needs of others. Centaury doesn't make you selfish, it helps you remember that your needs matter too. That service without soul is martyrdom. Oak, for the brave ones who keep going long after their strength is gone. Oak teaches you that it's okay to pause, to rest. You don't have to prove your worth through exhaustion. Elm, for when you suddenly feel overwhelmed by everything you're responsible for. Elm is for the moments when you feel like you should be able to cope, but you can't, and it's okay. Red Chestnut, for when your love becomes worry and your worry becomes a trap. This is for the mothers who feel every danger their child might face. The caregivers who feel responsible for keeping everyone safe. Red Chestnut teaches healthy detachment, not to stop loving, but to stop fearing. Rockwater, for those who are hardest on themselves, not out of pride, but out of principle, out of a deep unspoken belief that they must earn their worth by being flawless. Rockwater is not a remedy made from a flower, but from flowing spring water, and it helps release the rigid ideals we've turned into chains. Pine, for the ones who carry invisible guilt. Guilt for not doing more, guilt for feeling tired, guilt for saying no, guilt for needing help. Pine works like a balm on the soul that never feels good enough. It gently invites you to forgive yourself. Not for something you did wrong, but for demanding so much from yourself for so long. Pine says, you don't owe anyone perfection. You are worthy of rest, love, and forgiveness, starting with your own. Emotionally, this combination helps break the pattern of over-identifying with others' needs. You might start to notice a subtle sense of self rising again. You'll feel less reactive, less panicked by others' emotions, more willing to say not now without guilt, and more grounded in your own rhythm. The transformation is this. You stop being the container for everyone else and start becoming the container for yourself. You no longer feel like your worth is tied to what you do for others. You remember what it feels like to be held by life, by source, by yourself. Boundaries become a sacred act and rest becomes a right, not a reward. And spiritually, this is a return to your sovereignty. You stop being the rescuer, you stop bleeding for everyone else's salvation. You become the wise one, the calm center, the still water. You love, not because you feel obligated, but because love now flows through you, not from you. You realize your softness is sacred, your needs are holy. Your no is as beautiful as your yes. If you're listening to this and you feel a lump in your throat or tears behind your eyes, that's not weakness, that's your soul recognizing truth. So maybe, just for today, you don't have to carry everything. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to prove anything. You can rest. The remedies will meet you where you are and they will walk you back home to yourself. If this resonates with you, leave a comment or share this with someone who always seems to be the strong one. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see me more often. And if you want more support on your healing journey, I have a free class and a full course that walks you through the Bach Flower Remedy system, from the surface symptoms to the soul level shifts. I'm Michelle, the Stoic Herbalist. And here we remember that real healing is not just physical, it's personal, emotional, and sacred. Be gentle with yourself. And see you in the next video.